3, 2, 1.
Greetings, everyone. This is Gerard, editor of Filipino Soul, coming for you from Cebu, Philippines, at the Dynasty Inn here. I am owner also of PDG's Production, that stands for Photos by Gerard, the best in freelance publicity photography, and editor of S.G.I.B.Magazine. The stand for Soldiers Got Intentions, believe that because everyone should be soldiering for something. Hip-hop, urban, raw, the truth of Photographers Magazine. Hip-hop because it recognizes the dominating force in music since 1998, and I know that year precisely because I was in prison my last year and I was reading everything, and I just read in a magazine that hip-hop had just passed the most popular genre in music, which is hip-hop, which was country at the time. Urban because it's just another product manifested from the streets. No big corporations coming in to back this magazine, anything like that. It's just me and you. Raw because what you see is what you get. There's no airbrushing. There's no, there's no fancy stuff. How it comes in is how I put it. The truth because it recognizes Miss Bonnie Hilton Sweeney, who was the founder of the pre-Grammy party, editor-in-chief of the Godfather Soul, Mr. James Brown's magazine, The Truth, and James Brown Truth Awards. And we love you, Bonnie. And if we know if there's a heaven up above, you're teaching people how to network. And a Photographer's Magazine, because that's all I am, a photographer. A simple photographer who's outgrown his box. In fact, I'm a mediocre photographer. I remember when I was going to photography class and I was driving a taxi. I was working at Ford Motor Company and I was going to school. And I was so tired that when I got on the enlarger, I put my head on the enlarger and I fell asleep. And my instructor came in and said, and I popped up, he said, no, sleep, McLeod. You can always be a mediocre photographer. And that's all I've ever been, a mediocre photographer. I'm a freelance publicity photographer, meaning that it only took one shot for me to get what it was I wanted to do. I never read any of the manuals. I'm surprised I'm admitting this. I never read any of the manuals or knew what the dials and all that stuff was. I just pointed and shot. And by the grace of God, I always end up getting the shot I want. Well, right now at the Dynasty Hotel, and you know, a lot of tourists, they come in and they go, and I'm always fascinated about what they did, what brought them to the Philippines, and what have you. I put several of them up before. But right now, I want to introduce you to Trinidad. What's up, Trinidad? How you doing?
Cool, man.
Trinidad, tell everybody where you're from and tell them about yourself.
Well, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago.
You gotta talk a little louder.
I came here to have a good time.
You can talk louder. You can talk louder. I know you can talk louder. Okay. You came to have a good time?
Yeah. And I've been coming in about 7 years.
7 years?
Yeah, 7 years, yeah.
So let me ask you, what are the Philippines? I mean, I know for me, I looked around the world to kind of find out where I wanted to come.
Yeah.
I had two qualifications. Number one, they had to speak English, and number two, the cost of living has cheap. Yeah. That's what it was for me. What it was for you coming here to the Philippines?
For me, it's a friend of mine in the military told me it's the best place to come.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you want to enjoy yourself.
Yeah?
That's why I came.
Okay, so let's tell everybody what you did in the States. You're from the States now, right?
Well, I'm Holland.
Holland. Oh, you're in Holland. Yeah. Wow, okay. So what kind of business are you in Holland?
Well, I work at the airport.
Okay.
Here, with a cargo company.
And you also have a long-time girlfriend here.
Well, that's it, man.
Well, I mean, when I say girlfriend, if I know a girl, she's a girlfriend. If I know a guy, I don't say boyfriend, he's a friend of mine. But girls, I always a guy and find out his girlfriends. Just like the girls who work here are all my girlfriends because we all got to know each other and everything. But you also have two friends here.
Yeah, of course. People here. For the years I've been coming here, so that's very.
Yeah. He's been telling me, Diamond and I have always been kind of looking for some place to go during the day to drink or have a beer or something, and we never can find a spot. But after talking to Trinidad, it's like, oh yeah, right here. So he's been showing me a lot of the places too. What have been some of the highlights here in Cebu or in the Philippines that you've seen?
Well, to tell you the truth, I think Mactan.
Mactan?
The beach
Yeah.
is very nice. Pantaya, also nice. I've never been to Oslo. I heard it's also nice.
Oh yeah, we've been to Oslo.
Next time I'm planning to go there and hopefully as soon as possible, man.
Yeah, well.